So today we are going to discuss about bill of materials. What is this bill of materials? So let's take an example in our created material 200. Okay. So this material 200 uh, chocobar bar 100 grams. So before doing that, how it is made up of? Like for 200 you are adding 200 will be mixed of certain materials. Maybe you can say chocolate powder, and you are adding milk and chocolate powder, milk, maybe some other ingredients for flavor, and you just try to add water. Assume that all these are the four materials you are mixing, and finally you are arriving the product called 200. Okay, so all these might be like some material codes like 200 only, some 203, 204, 205, 206, like that you have certain materials will be there. So then you are mixing a certain quantity in grams. This is again in liters, and this is in somewhere in grams, and again this is again liters. Like that you are mixing all these ingredients, so finally you are arriving this product at the time of manufacturing this product. In the similar way, if you would like to sell for sales, if you would like to sell, suppose if you take in this 200 as main material, all these materials will become like a components at manufacturing side. In the similar manner, so if you choose an example of a computer for your sales, it has subcomponents like hard disk, like a keyboard. You have something called mouse. Of course, it is an external part. You can say it is a cross-selling item, but it is whatever the components we are adding, and we are trying to make this computer. So RAM and hard disk. Probably these are the important components we have for manufacturing your computer or laptop, whatever you take. So in this, hard disk is 1 GB. Sorry, hard disk is like 500 GB. So 1 TB, 1 terabyte, like that 2 TB. These are the variants it is available. So keyboard also available like this, like normal multi-key, something like scientific. These are the keyboards are available. RAM available like 1 GB, 2 GB, and 6 GB available RAMs. Hard disks we already told about, right? We just need not type again. So assume that you're just making your computer by using this one. Again, you got something called color in a whole that will comes under as a variant. So when you try to join all these products, only you can able to get some variants, like this is variant 1, this is like variant 2, something like that, variant 3. So someone is asking in variant 1 only, I want 1 TB. So then this 500 GB might be uh, doubled double to 1 TB. So that means two 500s, 1000, it will become like 1 TB around. Like that, if you done 4 times, it will become like a 2 TB. So now always your customer has a choice at the time of selling your product. He can able to derive the price. Assume that this is somewhere around 30,000 euros. So in that, So this 30,000 euros will be derived the total price after assembling all these products. So for computer, he can fix the price. This you can keep it as your header level pricing. So when you say 30,000, again, if you include all these components, it may come somewhere around 30,000 or else exactly 30,000. That if you do it for components pricing also, it will become like 60,000, double the pricing. So that computer is 30,000 means if you look out for header pricing, you are going to determine header level pricing. In the similar manner, in the similar manner, if you try to extend this example in another way, this 30,000 I delete it. So my hard disk is somewhere around some 10,000 and keyboard is another 5,000. So RAM is another 15,000. So that means this all these components look at the totaling together, it will become like a 30,000. So the approach here is item level pricing. So that means your customer has an option, either you can go for component level pricing, because if you see in this computer example, he has an always an advantage. So if 500 is one price and 1 TB is one price and 2 TB is one price, so component level the price varies. So if the keyboard, if the based on your customer requirement, he can able to choose either normal keyboard or multi or scientific. Based on that, he can able to choose at component level pricing. So for the computer, this is the best example. So it is already predefined and packed one, then he cannot able to derive component because the customer don't have choice, either he can go for this variant or this variant. You cannot take variant 3 hard disk to variant 1 if you like it also. So if you go for second example, you can always try to determine component level pricing so that your customer will have an advantage. So your header level, when you enter your sales order header level material computer, it will be done explosion as components. How you are getting your cross selling, like that you are getting component materials also here. What is the basic difference between a cross selling and a bomb means? Bomb, it can be go for multi level explosion. Like if I say uh, hard disk and keyboard and RAM, within that RAM only maybe I can go for DDR4 and DDR3. Again another two components it will come. So if I go for hard disk, either SSD, now new technology available, or else a traditional hard disk, like that it can go for multi-level explosion. But cross-selling, you will not have such kind of facility. Cross-selling, it might not be the product which you are giving for your main material, that might not be the related material. For computer, you can give chocolate also, you can sell. Cross-selling means whatever the production is available, so he can able to sell it. Generally cross-selling, why they do it? To try to beat their competitors, like selling their existing inventory also. Sometimes if they have any slow moving products, they can always give an display for their e-commerce, so that then they can choose the product, the whatever the cross selling it is there. But bombs, when I enter this material 100%, you have to mix these materials, then only you will get this product. That is the basic difference between your cross selling and bomb. So bomb, in a broader definition, you can say a bill of materials, technical terminology. So bomb will lead for exclusion. Bombs can be available in different applications. Maybe it is available in your production BP, and you will have bombs in your material management. You have bombs in your SD for selling. Like that, across the different applications, you can able to see the bomb concept by using condition technique. Now let's try to understand how the sales bombs works today. So here we got already this material is 200. is available as a chocobar. Let's try to create another three materials quickly with the like choco powder. I think it is available for one material. So now let's try to create milk and water and others, and let's try to this see this example how it works. So this is all about the theoretical part of how to do the bomb. Now let's go to the SAP and try to create our materials quickly. Then we will do the configuration and the background settings, whatever it is required to explode our bomb. So then we're just trying to cover the pricing at a header level and item level also in today's session for single level bomb. So let's try to get into the SAP now. Now if you see, we have a main material called chocobar. Okay, let's try to copy another three material codes with the help of 200, and we'll try to change the description accordingly. So mm01, so let's try to put it 200. Maybe I go for trading goods, and this is retail. Just press enter. Just press enter. So I'm just trying to create another set of materials by copying this one. So let's put it this one for water. I'm just taking liter as a base unit of measurement. So let's check this. Yeah, liter is available. So 284 we got created for water. So let's try to put it for copying 284. I'm just trying to create another component for milk. For this also later, I'm just keeping this one as a base unit of measurement. So we got created 285. I think let me try to check in Marcy table. I think somewhere I have created choco powder. 1 CHM is the plant. Let's get into this quickly. So 202. Let's check. So we got in, it is in grams. We can take all these three components 202 and what we have defined. Let's go to this 1 CHM. Let's try to execute this. So we'll use 202 as a choco powder and 284 and 285 to build our bomb. Before getting into the bomb configuration, these are the three materials we set it ready to create a material 200. This is our target. Let's try to put it on. Let me quickly share Excel. So for manufacturing chocobar 200, we are using 202 as the choco powder and 284 and 285 as the three components we are taking. So this is for choco powder and second one is water, and third one is milk. I'm mixing this. I'm just getting this one. For this, for component level pricing and header level chocobar pricing, we're going to see now in SAP in another few minutes. So before that, let's try to go ahead and try to do some configuration, what is behind in it. Let's click on SPRO implementation guide. Let's go to the sales and distribution module and try to get onto the path basic functions. You can see here somewhere your bill of materials. One moment. We just try to see how the BOM item categories will lead you to give the header pricing and item level pricing. Before that, let me try to determine item categories. So let's try to observe what is the basic difference between your BOM item category determination and your regular item category determination. If you go for regular item, TN is the standard item. This is for your item category determination. So for BOMs, there is something called TAQ. So that means this is header level BOM item category determination. So when you are trying to do BOM definition for your item category, let's try to see. This is the section we left at the time of discussion about our item category definition for all these fields. If you see here, application SD04, SD01 means on which application you would like to determine your BOM. So in standard, it is always SD01 like that. If it is something production related and process manufacturing and at your finance level costing also, you will have bill of materials, uh, inventory. So where you would like to determine your BOM. So ours is SD01. This is the application need to be chosen. So there is something called structure scope. That means if you'd like to explore your bill of materials, how it needs to be done. So if it is single level BOM, you have to choose simply A, and multi-level BOM, you have to choose it as a B. That means in our previous example, I said that computer, you will have a RAM as a component. In RAM, you will have another couple of components like a DDR4 or DDR6 based on availability. Like that, further explosion, if it happens, then we will call it as multi-level BOM explosion. Like that, you have a configuration, but you don't want to do the BOM explosion. You have to choose the C, and you have a configurable material is there with possible with the BOM explosion, then you have to choose D. But most of the times you go for this one, like for your standard materials. If you don't have BOM, if you have single level BOM, then you have to go for this A category. If you have multi-level BOM, then you have to go for category B. Like that, you can able to choose it. So there is something called manual alternatives. That means if you tick this one, then you can able to maintain alternatives for your BOM. So let's check what is the SAP definition for this. See, in multiple BOM occurs during the bill of material explosion in SD, you can determine for each item type whether you wanted to select alternatives manually. In case you can reach alternatives selection screen with specification a lot of size and range. That means for your manual alternatives, while creating your BOM records, you can able to choose it manually. This is all about the configuration definition for your BOMs. We're trying to consider header level TAQ, and for your components, you have to take TAE. Why? Because your header TAQ is relevant for pricing, but your component is not relevant for pricing. Then you have to choose you're pricing it as a blank. That means your components not relevant for pricing when you are trying to determine header level pricing. Then if you go for it, these are the things it is not filled for your component level category. Why? Because you don't want to you don't want to do any further bomb explosion. If you want to do it multi-level bomb explosion, you can always uh, welcome to choose these options. But you need a bomb explosion at a header level only, and your pricing also need at a header level. But you got a doubt like, if I have a tan, why I am choosing TAQ? So your tan is for individual standalone material determination for pricing, but you don't do any bomb explosion. These configurations are missing, bomb related, like configuration strategy and manual alternatives. But whereas if you go for bomb, I need it to separately, because I need to explode my components at sales order level. That's why I need structure scope and application and manual alternatives. These are the three configurations I needed. That's why I'm choosing TAQ. So now why TAE? TAE is for my components. Again, I cannot choose the tan because tan is relevant for pricing. So then if I choose the tan as my component, it obviously it will become like, you will get double price, both header level and item level choose. That's why I have one dummy item category TAE, and the pricing is not there. And it is, if I say this is statistical, this is for information purpose, it won't add any value to your net value. So this is how you have to do it, the determination. Now let's check how we can do header level bomb pricing determination. Let me check Vivo V4. So let me show you OR. And for, see, it is not your regular item, this is a bomb item. Then you have to choose the item category group is ERLA. This is standard it has given. So ERLA, instead of NAM we are choosing, this is one of the important change. So for header level we have taken OR ERLA TAQ, and for your price determination OR NAM TAQ TAE. These are the two configurations you have to maintain. So that means let's go to the new entries. Our document type is ZOR1. Item category is ERLA for my bomb. So my default item category is TAQ for my header material. And let's go to next one is norm for ERLA component as main material as TAQ, component as TAE. That means dummy material with pricing. Now let's try to check how the system behaves when I go ahead and try to do the configuration for my bomb materials. Let me, so for your bomb definition, if I, before going ahead, you just have to maintain your condition records. How we maintain? For this, CS01 is the transaction for your bill of material. So my main material is 200. So it is asking what is the usage. What is the bomb usage means? So it will tell that the bomb where you can utilize it, whether it is in sales and distribution module or in production module or else in costing from finance side, like that returnable packing and the PM plant maintenance. Universal means it will work for your plant maintenance again. You can try to find out what are all these plus and minus. That means if you choose this, your bomb will be active in production. If you choose this, this is will be active in your engineering and design. Like that, if you choose this plant maintenance, it is active. You can see the application like this. In the similar way, if you go for sales and distribution, plus means it is active here. You have to choose the always BOM usage as 5, and for from which plant. This is 1 CHM, 1 CH1M, and you just try to keep your components like that. So what are all the components you have? So 202, just taking 100 grams, and let's try to put what are all the components we placed in our Excel. 284 and 285. So what is this 284 we have defined? Maybe, so 1 liter water, and 285 is for like I'm just mixing with a 2 liter milk. This is how I am maintaining. So if you see, here, for these all these components, you can see L means stock item. That means you can able to maintain the stock. You're supposed to deliver your bomb, right? So that's why always you have to choose the stock item. Sometimes you can choose your materials at component level, that is for namesake only for bomb explosion for display. But if those are non-stock items like dummy items, sometimes it can be the text items. According to the your requirement from your customer, you can able to choose, but most of the times it is like stock items. So let's close this. Let's try to double click on this one. You can able to see different kind of so let's go back. Let's try to select everything, try to observe. So this is at material level. Now if you see, you can see your component and your stock item number is 20. So 10 and 20, and you have 30. So your bomb will be exploded accordingly. You can always, if you wanted to fix the quantity, you can always you can fix the quantity here. So that means it will be the fixed quantity. You cannot able to change it and all. Okay. So other relevant definition will be there, that based on our requirements we are going to choose it. This is the place where uh, even your folks also get enter into this for MRP and all other those stuff will be there. Now let's try to save this one up. We'll check whether how it works. So bomb for creating bomb for material 200, it is got created. Now if you see, there is one more component is there, alternative bomb. That means you can able to create multiple alternatives, like with different combinations you can able to create it. So at the time of entering sales order, you can choose accordingly. You will have an option, it will throw if two bombs are available for the same material, you can always have a selection how you got in cross selling, like that you can able to choose which bomb you want it. Okay. Now let's try to check this one up first. So let's try to maintain prices for our newly created components. Let's go to the VK12. Uh, so let's try to put it the base material. So DE, I'm just giving 200. Assume that it is something like 200 euros. Okay. So for this, 202 is the choco powder that is using for 50 euros. Okay. Maybe you can put it for 100 euros. Okay. Your 284 For our understandability, I'm just trying to reprice everything. So when you say 284, I can say another 50 euros, and for that water